our final scheduled speaker for today is a local leader who posted on Facebook yesterday a tribute to one of her heroes, and so here she is today. Please welcome back to Justice Southbury, Barbara Mechler.
Woo! Right. Thank you, Rick. It's such an honor and privilege to be here and to echo so many sentiments of wonderful speakers and be with all of you. Like many of you, I find myself inspired at certain times by people, by a message, and often by a song. Bruce Springsteen, as Rick mentioned, inspired me so much this week that I'm going to write another letter to the editor about what he had to say. But think about a time when a song that you heard or sang changed your heart or steadied your heart. If you've ever felt that, you understand that there's a real strong partnership between art, music, and activism. The partnership didn't begin in our lifetime. In the 30s and 40s, Woody Guthrie strapped a label to his guitar that read, "This machine kills fascists." He sang about Dust Bowl families, about workers crushed by indifferent power. Then Pete Seeger took that tradition, as we know, carried into the civil rights movement. We Shall Overcome didn't start as an anthem. It started as a song, sung in church basements, sung on picket lines, sung until it became a fact. Then in the 60s, Bob Dylan, at Newport Folk Festival, 1963, sang Blowin' in the Wind to a crowd that felt the country cracking open. Joan Baez sang at the March in Washington. Phil Oakes wrote, "I Ain't Marching Anymore" as a direct letter to the young men being drafted into Vietnam. These were not entertainers moonlighting as activists. They understood that music could go where speeches couldn't. It bypassed the argument, and it landed right here in our hearts. Through the 70s and 80s, that tradition evolved. Neil Young wrote about the Kent State Massacre. In the 80s, Bruce Springsteen, my latest hero, released Born in the USA, which many people mistakenly think is a tribute to patriotism. It isn't, and I'll refer to that in just a minute. It's a song routinely sung as misunderstood as a patriotic cheer, when it really is a devastating portrait of a Vietnam veteran abandoned by the country he served. Springsteen has always written about the America that exists alongside the America we celebrate. The working people left behind, the promises unkept. Which brings me to Los Angeles just a few days ago. Bruce Springsteen walked onto a stage and said something that stopped a lot of people cold. He said, "Good evening, Los Angeles. Welcome to the Land of Hope and Dreams tour. We begin tonight with a prayer for our men and women in service overseas. We pray for their safe return. The mighty E Street Band is here tonight to call upon the righteous power of art, of music, of rock and roll in dangerous times. We are here in celebration and defense of our American ideals, democracy, our Constitution, and our sacred American promise." And then he said what he saw. An administration he called corrupt, incompetent, reckless, and treasonous. He didn't hedge. He spoke from the stage the way Woody Guthrie spoke from the back of a flatbed truck. Because when you spend 50 years writing about America's promise, you feel a duty to say what you believe, and that promise is under threat. He closed with a series of choices: hope over fear, democracy over authoritarianism, truth over lies, unity over division. This is not a political advertisement. It's a sermon. That's the folk tradition electrified. Here is what I believe that tradition teaches us. Art doesn't win arguments, but it does something that arguments cannot. It makes people feel the stakes. When we hear "We shall overcome," we don't just understand that civil rights matter. We face and Billy Clubs. Springsteen knows this. Dylan knew it. Pete Seeger knew it. The stage, the guitar, the voice. These are not decorations on democracy. These are part of how democracy breathes. The America that Springsteen has written about for 50 years, the America of working people, of hard-won dignity, the land of hope and dreams. That America has always needed its artists to hold up a mirror and say, this is who we are, and this is who we could be. In dangerous times, art is not a luxury. It's a lantern. It's a beacon of hope. And the folk tradition from Guthrie to Dylan to Springsteen reminds us that ordinary people like us, with an instrument, whether it's a voice or a musical instrument, and a conscience, have always been part of how this country finds its way back, and we will. Thank you.